Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's cool. It's a definitely sets a new chapter in your life, or a different chapter, I should say.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
you go
I
from
got the. Let me introduce you to a friend of mine. So I've been trying to tell her to use Get Vocal,
okay.
and like she goes live. Hold on one second. Let me.
So yeah, I mean,
Can you see her?
yeah. Oh
That's
hey, what's up?
Shanette Williams. So let me see if I can get you guys to see each other. I don't know if I can.
Okay.
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Yeah. So she goes live. So I'm trying to get her to use Get Vocal.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been helping me grow my YouTube channel. And under her mentorship, I like grew like 200 subscribers in like a month.
Hang on, I need to talk to her.
So she goes live a lot. She has a lot of knowledge, and if you want, I can connect her to with you.
Oh, for
And
sure. Yeah, that sounds like
yeah,
somebody I need to talk
actually,
to.
her channel is I'll put it in there so that you guys can everybody. Shannon, what's up? And
Shannon.
Raquel Jones. So I'll
Raquel.
find her. Hold on.
That's Bakersfield. Raquel. How you?
Yeah.
How's everybody? How's your family too, Raquel? We haven't talked in like forever. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, yeah. It's been way too long.
Yeah, that's the link there.
All right, let me. It's gonna change on my screen. All right, I'm subscribing.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing well.
Oh, okay, very pretty sister. Yeah, yeah, we're good, doing good. My family's good.
Yeah.
Mom is good.
Cool.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's dope though. Like, yeah, that's good though that you don't. You seem to be like not tripping about like, man, I'm a grandfather. You know.
No,
So,
I love it, man. I love it.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to drive up to New Hampshire. I got so I did I tell you guys I bought a home? Yeah,
No. What's up,
bought a home.
Alan and Monica?
Yeah, so I'm no longer living in Staten Island.
You're not
Thank
in.
you.
Wait, you're not in Staten Island right now.
I'm not far from Staten Island though. I'm like 20 minutes from the bridge. But yeah, for the amount I got approved for, I could have got a house in Staten Island. It would have bought me like a 10-foot wide townhouse attached on both sides, with maybe a strip of land in the front and a patch of land in the back with off the street parking. I was like, you know what? Let me look outside of the borough. And New Jersey has some nice houses, like really nice houses for the money. So I bought a house in New Jersey, and I got an extra bedroom.
Nice.
For when my son and his wife and my grandson come and visit, or if my grandson wants to stay the summer with me, because I'm off in the summertime,
Right.
and they work and they may say, "Hey, Grandpa, can you take your grandson for a summer?" Well, yeah, man, bring my boy down, and yeah, things like that. He'll have his own room, and
That is
yeah, I'm
so
excited.
dope. I
I'm
don't know.
excited.
You know what's funny though? When I think of you, I think of Staten Island. Like you're.
So
like,
do I, though.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
Staten
so
Island Dre to me. It's
Yeah.
I mean, so I guess now you're Jersey Dre.
Now I'll always be Staten Island because I'm working in Staten Island still.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll still be working in there. I'll be in Jersey sleeping, but most of my time will be in Staten Island.
Okay, so you still Staten
And,
Island.
except on the weekends, because on the weekends, like, yeah, it's not a fixer upper, but there's some things that need to get done. And like, for instance, this here, I'm in the basement in the like YouTube studio that I'm building.
Nice.
So it's partially done with this setup here for the podcasting. But yeah.
You know what? I could send Shannon over to help out.
Yeah, because I don't have a decorative bone in my body. Use all the help I can get. Like this, like the only thing I painted all the walls in the house white, except for this wall.
Oh, okay.
And my son painted his room a similar color, a little darker than this.
What's up, Damien? We got Damien, Jen, Alan, and Monica on Facebook checking us out. We're starting in 30 minutes, but this is kind of like a pre thing, so it's all good. Tonight we're gonna be talking about securing the bag in a relationship.
And I think I have a prayer call at 9:00. I may have to come in right after. It ends at 9:30.
Okay.
So I'll come in after so I can listen in, because that's a good thing. There's a lot of different relationship models when it comes to that.
Right.
Like
the NFL draft got me thinking about that. Because they just had the NFL draft. So
yeah. And did you see the mothers? Some of the mothers.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about it tonight.
Moms was like, "Nah, get out of it." Yo. Yeah, but yeah. So there's I dated somebody who wanted to make sure that the man had everything, and then if she worked, it was like we could see what we want to do, but she wanted that money for herself pretty much. But the man should be holding everything down. In his relationships with the man and the wife, the husband and the wife work together to make sure all the bills are paid, and they pool all their resources together. There's different models, and they all can work. They depending on what you're looking for. But yeah.
This should be an interesting conversation. This weekend was interesting. I wish I could say I did a whole lot. I didn't, not really. I mean, besides like I worked on some stuff, but I've been saying I've been taking rock star hours. So like my day's been starting really late because I'm an early riser.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to get my internal clock back on track. So
yeah.
But
you wake up in that Eastern time,
right.
Eastern Standard Time. What's going on, Kendra?
Yeah, Kendra's gonna be on tonight. First time she's gonna be on.
Oh, so first time.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Kendra.
So yeah, that's dope. She's a filmmaker herself, producer.
Word. All right. I'm glad you're recording this, right?
It's showing on Facebook, but that's not the one that we keep. We keep the one from here, so it'll go into the ether.
All right.
The before and after thing. So,
okay, then I want to make sure I rewatch the half an hour I'm going to miss.
Yeah. So.
All right, let me get off this now and let you guys prepare.
All right.
All right, fam.
All right. So, everybody, how's everybody doing today? How is AKA life, Raquel? It's good? Okay. Are you still real prominent, the AKA? I'm always available to serve. That's what's up. That is what's up. Shannon. How are you doing, Shannon? Grata Awards. Let me see. Shannon. Everybody loves Shannon. Oh, they're doing the virtual graduation. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, I think everybody's doing virtual. I heard they're doing virtual weddings as well. So that's bizarre. Yeah. I mean,
what up, Kente?
Huh?
I said, what up, Kente?
Hey, so glad to see your face. This lockdown is for the birds. That's right.
It is.
All right, Kedra is here.
Hi,
Kedra.
Kedra's
how you doing?
Be with us tonight because she secures the bag. So,
You better know it.
So we're gonna be taking notes.
Okay.
Taking notes from
You know what I secure?
What?
All the snacks.
Girl, I'm with you on that.
And you know where she's from, right? Originally. Key West.
So, yeah, I'm a conch.
Yeah. So that
I
means,
am not, but I live here.
so if you're from Key West, that means you're rich, right?
Ha! I wish.
Right, because all the Key West people are balling.
What are we talking about you, ma'am?
Oh man. So before we'll just chit chat until the show starts in about 20 minutes.
Stimulus check.
For you lovely ladies out there, I'm sure that you can get these guys to sign over their stimulus checks to you.
Where they at though?
I'm looking for him. Where you at?
Shannon,
Where they at?
you don't have any guys that signed it over yet?
I don't even know why you be playing. You ask this all the time, and the answer has still been continuously no.
Is it no wink wink?
What?
Is it wink wink no?
Like no?
What is a wink wink no?
At first, I was like, "What are we like?" What? No.
No, wink wink no is you're saying no, but you're really saying yes.
Mm-mm.
That would be a no and a no and a no.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Would you turn down somebody's stimulus check?
No, turn down.
I'm telling you, I'm like, okay, well, thank you.
Make me lose my cracker. Why would I do that?
Never look a gift horse in the mouth.
Like I was so I had this friend who's real pretty girl, and she's married now. But so she's an artist, and we were hanging out at an art thing, and a guy walked up to her and just gave her $200, two $100 bills, and said, "You're just so pretty."
Oh,
Just handed it to her.
must be the circle of people y'all know, because ain't nobody handing out $200 unless it's Monopoly money.
I looked
I
around.
know that's right.
I looked around. I was like, "What the hell?"
But I feel like I've been duped my whole life now that you done told the story.
But look, that's all he didn't. He said, "You have a good evening," and walked off. That was it.
Oh yeah,
He just thought she was so pretty. He needed to give her some money.
no strings attached. Where they at though?
Okay, that's in Cali.
Yeah, I was here. It was here.
Fine.
So, yeah, it was kind of weird. I said, "Does that happen a lot?" So, yeah, I've never been compelled to do anything like that.
Me neither.
I'm glad you haven't.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Man, she's so fine. You know what? There you go.
I'm just gonna give you my money.
Right.
Go, baby.
Right. Mine would be a lot different. It'd be like, "You so fine. Here's a $2 bill."
Oh Lord.
So many blessings you've missed, Kente. True that. Such a shame. Hilarious. But I mean, okay, maybe not the guy walking up to you
What
giving
is
you.
working on?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You is giving it the business. I was like, what is he over there eating?
Okay. You doing that Corona buildup. That's what's up.
I'm trying to make sure I ain't getting that shit.
I know that's right.
I was like, that sounds like a piece of candy your grandma hands you at church. I was like, what is happening right now?
That and this together, you never
Was that
get
elderberry syrup?
Yeah, it's elderberry syrup.
Oh,
I was like, there ain't nothing elderberry about that.
That together with that and this gets rid of the
hand
corona.
sanitizer.
Oh, are you drinking it?
Yeah, the president said that was
That's
all right.
He said,
So,
get yourself some Lysol
look.
injections, okay?
This is my cologne now.
Lord have mercy.
You know what though? You go into like some of these places. I appreciate places for trying to keep things sterile, but some of these places you go into, you about to die because it's like Lysol everywhere. Like you're sitting there. I remember I went into a Dollar Tree, and I had my mask on, and it's like Lysol up, and I'm just like about to die. I couldn't breathe. I had to walk out of the Dollar Tree. I was like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Wow.
So yeah, I don't think you have to spray Lysol every like 5 minutes. You know, I don't think that's how it's supposed to work.
Maybe they masked in something.
I know some people are like, I hate to say that they're taking it, overboard, but they're taking it overboard. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're like,
some people be extra all the time though.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they only heighten their extra activity.
Sometimes people will spray the minute somebody walks in. It's like somebody walks in, it's like, shh. Like what? You don't have to do it like that.
Might not be no Goombay in Key West this year.
What's Goombay?
It's like the Bohemian Festival.
It's nice.
Shannon didn't invite me.
My conch salad.
I'm sorry?
You never invited me.
I mean, you can invite yourself.
Really? That's not Christian.
You will have a ball. Well, Goombay is not a Christian type of.
I was like,
I don't know. I haven't been invited.
oh, what does it have to do with being Christian? I told you could invite yourself. I've lived here for 3 years. You have not made any effort to show up.
If you invited me to Goomba, I would have went.
Nope. Don't even go there because I invited. It's too expensive to come to what?
No, for Goomba, I would have went.
Whatever, Kente.
I would have went to Goomba.
You like all the half naked women.
Oh, but they ain't having it this year. Darn it. Darn it. Why only half naked? You should go the full naked.
The full naked is Fantasy Fest.
Yeah, that's Fantasy Fest where they go to full throttle.
Would any of y'all go to a nude beach?
I've been to one.
Really? Were you nude?
I was a teenager in France.
Oh.
So no.
Oh. What about you, Kedra?
Nah. Maybe if I stay on my weight loss, I get like nice and skinny, I'll probably go run all down the beach.
From what I understand, there's a bunch of old people at those nude beaches, so probably doesn't matter.
Florida has a lot of nude beaches though.
Oh, Shannon, you should go to one. What's up, Steph?
Nude right here at the house.
Stephanie got into it on LA Wade's post. Did you see that?
Got into it
with Dante. It was hilarious.
Oh,
that was funny, man.
But they get into it about.
No, they were. I think they were playing around. He posted she posted like a picture of. I think she was in Chicago or something. I think it was Chicago or something. It was, it was an attractive picture, and then he did the whole googly eye thing, and then she checked him on it. It's pretty funny.
Hey, nothing.
What's up, my funny?
Consistency from Stephanie.
Yeah, Stephanie knows about securing the bag, so she
literally and figuratively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. Some people though, they're gonna want to know. They're gonna need to take notes tonight.
Some people.
I don't know, man. Shannon, you got bread. When was the last time you had to go into some couch cushions? Never.
I don't own a couch.
See.
How about that?
See, I know about that life.
Teddy Pendergrass, what are you doing?
That's her dog. That is her dog. And you're you're in Jacksonville, right?
Yes, I'm in horrible redneck Jacksonville.
They had a Super Bowl there some years back, and it was like freezing there.
It was terrible too. It was L put together, they said they're never coming back here, and I can understand why.
Yeah, that's one of the places where usually, like even if they don't care for where they're from, most people, if you come for their place, they will it's one thing for us natives to talk about it, but you can't as an outsider. Jacksonville is one of those places where they kind of will join in with you crapping up Jacksonville. I don't think there's not much loyalty.
Did a show.
Who?
Eddie Griffin. He came here to do a comedy show, and he talked so bad about Jacksonville. I felt sorry for Jacksonville.
How'd you end up there, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I just got tickets and went there.
No, I'm talking about the Jacksonville, not the concert.
Oh,
that's funny.
My parents. It was the last place they were stationed. They're in the military, and my mom got sick, so I ended up moving down here to help her out and stuff.
Okay, that's what's up.
And then
What's the dating scene like in Jacksonville?
Oh goodness, terrible.
No, you got to import. You got to import you some Negroes.
You have to import, yeah, because they're horrible here.
Yep. Shout out to Black and Jesse Reyes.
Yeah.
This guy told me, "You're a psychedelic chick." I said, "What is that?" Because I know how to complete a sentence.
You're a psychedelic chick. Man. He meant that.
Yeah, I was tripping.
He meant that as a compliment, I'm sure, huh?
In his mind, yeah. In my mind, I'm like, okay, he's got to go.
A mess.
Wow. But you're close to Atlanta, right?
Yes, that's my goal, to get to the ATL.
Yeah, well, the dating is even probably worse there for women.
Oh, yeah,
for women.
Worse there.
Yeah. But you know what? You could get, as long as you don't mind a man that loves another man, you're good.
No, thank you. I don't like sharing.
Or it's either a man that loves the company of another man, or a man who you have to be number 4 or 5 on the roster, or maybe you can get that top slot. I never wanted to live anywhere hotter than Texas, so Florida has never been on my list. Hilarious.
Texas got some cute guys.
They do now.
But it's just the whole thing of Texas just doesn't sit well with me.
They also got some fuck boys.
They dragging people from trucks.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, so what is a good dude, though?
Looks different for everybody.
Yeah, it's different for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Are you looking for a buttoned-up guy who is kind of corporate? Are you looking for a Christian guy who, goes to church every Sunday? Are you looking
Don't
for?
want no Bible thumpers. No.
Well, see, you want a thug dude who?
No.
He'll be like, "Hey, can you hide this gun for me?"
I'm gonna be like, "No, can you go that way? I'm not trying to die for you. I'm trying to live. I got stuff to do tomorrow. Yeah, I got shit to do tomorrow."
A guy who will walk up and give me $200. Hilarious.
Listen, honey.
Hey, look, that's gonna be our new line, girls. Be like, "You want to talk to me? You better give me $200."
Look, that's a whole blessed word right there.
Hilarious.
Give me $200,
girl.
To the ass people. So, a guy who's in the church, right? No, maybe he's not a Bible thumper, but he goes every Sunday. He's on the financial board of the church. He takes it very seriously, and he's looking for a nice sister to start his family.
But I'll be counted out because I don't do religion.
So you like?
I'm spiritual. I don't do religion. I mean, I don't care if he's into that, but majority of the time they're gonna want you to conform and be up there. Hallelujah.
So no first lady for you?
Oh no.
Wow.
They'd be like, holy water.
I still haven't met a sister yet who said they want to be a first lady. What's the deal with that?
And we know the real deal about it. You being the first lady, and they with the deacon getting it on with him.
Because I thought Shannon would be perfect first lady. And she's like, no, I don't want the job. I'm like, what?
You see, Shannon, he already giving you the first lady.
No, you would be the board certified perfect first lady. You would, you'd be able to rock the big hat. And
when have you ever seen me in a hat?
I believe it in my heart that you'll be able to rock the big hat.
It's one. I like my hair.
It's one thing. If you happen to fall in love with a pastor, it's another thing. That's the agenda to be a first lady. That's true. That's true. I could see you. I could see you as a first lady, Shannon.
In another life, I would be the first lady.
I'd be the first lady in my home.
Yeah.
I'd be the first lady in my bedroom. But not of Beulah Baptist Church Incorporated.
But, and let me tell you, my poppy passed in January, right? So I went to Miami. And we had it at his church. Do you know that pastor tried to hit on me? That made me just want to puke.
He tried to hit on you?
Yeah, at the funeral. Talking about, take my number. For what? My poppy gone. I don't have no reason. I'm not coming back here.
Wow. Yeah.
And he was originally from Jacksonville, the pastor. No wonder.
I mean, I don't have a problem hitting on a woman at a funeral, but not if it's like her father's funeral. That's wrong.
Yeah, that's just wrong.
Anybody's funeral.
Yeah.
No, I don't
people grieving.
I don't want to be the first lady. What's up, Gordon Firemark? He's in the chat. I don't know. I don't like I said. I think I said this last week. There's no wrong place to hit on a woman. There's no wrong place. Is everything
There's
right?
a funeral is wrong.
Look, a funeral, there's nothing that tells you more than a funeral, because obviously there's evidence right there that you got to live your life, right? So funeral is a good place. I'm not saying it's going to be successful. I think it's the way you do it. It's the way you do it at the funeral. You got to be smooth with it. You can't be like over the body and then be like, so what are you doing later? That's probably wrong. If you do it at the reception, that's probably better. It's probably
reception. Better. You mean the repast?
The repast. Yeah, I'm sorry. The repast.
I'm like, what they having a reception after somebody dying?
Yeah, my bad. What's up, Marisa? Marisa, we're in Get Vocal. So if you want to come to Get Vocal, just come on in. Yeah, the repass. Yeah, that's fine.
I'll tell you what I hate. I hate a repass that has sorry food, because I'll be hungry. That food better be good. I'm gonna talk about you.
Yeah. Oh my God. I remember I went to this one funeral and they had this spaghetti. That shit was garbage. I was like, man, that's disrespecting the dead. Okay. Like, how you gonna have garbage food at a funeral? Like, get it together,
We had conch salad, picture peas and rice, we had everything.
Popeyes. Yeah, we're gonna be starting in 9 minutes, so this is like a little pre-chat. But that's what I'm gonna put in my thing is make sure the food is popping at my funeral.
Make sure the food is popping. Make sure the music right. We gonna party.
Yeah.
Be like, my mother's a party animal. Oh yeah, come on now.
Yeah, I'm for that. I don't know though, but I don't know if I want y'all having too good of a time. I'm like, I am dead.
I want to have a good time because I'm not here on this crazy earth no more. I want you to celebrate.
No, wait, no, don't celebrate me dying. Like
I've done my part. I've moved on.
Nah, I want y'all to be sad.
No, we can be sad. We be happy.
I want you to cry at my funeral.
You want them crocodile tears?
Yeah. No, as they lowering me in, Shannon, you're supposed to be like, no.
I'll work on that.
Me too.
Teddy P be like, no.
I'll get my Academy Award nomination for that part.
Because I was like, I haven't cried at a funeral in so long. I'm kind of over that whole theatrics of it.
Yeah. I've seen people be real extra at funerals though.
Oh, me too. I had an aunt like that, and I about like, no, stop it.
I have a cousin that likes funerals. He's weird. He'll go to any funeral. He don't even have to know the person. He'll be there. He just likes going to funerals. I don't know what that shit is about. Like,
he's kind of morbid.
He's a weirdo, man. He's a weirdo. I won't say his name. He's older.
But
he need to go.
He's not a funeral director or a mortician.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He need to do that.
Nah, he's a. Hey, what's up, Mary? Not Marty. Another Mary. Mary Edgar.
Oh, hi, Mary.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a minute. And her picture, she got her mask on. So I think she might work in the medical field, if I remember correctly. So I think so. Yeah, we're starting in 7 minutes. So I'm trying to think. Another place, they say don't hit on people at the gym. That's BS.
Now, I like to go to the gym just to look like, I'll be like, oh, he is so fine. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, you shouldn't hit on them at?
Where?
Prison.
Oh, no.
Ooh,
no.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that.
I'm watching this show on We Love After Lockup. I'm like, what is wrong with these people?
Yeah, nothing.
I want to see some eggplant at the gym.
I had this guy give me a fact. Okay, I'm in this group called Latin Singles on Facebook. So this guy had sent me, he was like talking to me. So he's like, can I message you? And I said, okay, sure, no problem. Y'all, why he was in prison? I said, oh, snap.
He's quarantining from society.
I did. He was like, don't judge me. Can you still be my friend? I said, oh, yeah, there's a lot of innocent people in prison. I don't want you to get any type of attachment to me because, you get lonely locked up behind them bars.
Man, listen. Hey, we done snapped a screenshot your picture, had him printed out, put it on his wall.
Oh, goodness.
Have people thinking you his bae.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah,
Asking if y'all can write letters to each other.
You might be what keeps him going, until he gets to that release date. Knowing that he's coming home to you, he
might be a mass murderer.
Well, most of them, they don't kill their wife. They kill a bunch of other people's wives. So,
I don't care. He might be a killer, period.
Tell the white walls in the background of the picture hilarious. So, I mean, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, or it might have been last week, about he's the guy he's gangster to everybody but me, though. He writes poetry to me, even though he stabbed the guy on the corner.
Wait, then I go to Facebook. You know how you get your message in Messenger?
Mm-hmm.
Why this man in prison made a video of him taking a shower. I said, what is this foolishness?
Oh, wow. You can do that in prison?
I didn't know.
Wow. Wow, man. Man, you got prison porn, literal prison porn.
Lord, have mercy.
Wow. Well, we got 4 minutes. I'll probably talk about this in the after show. It's something pretty deep.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember it. Hold on a second.
Write it down.
I think it'll be a little bit longer than a 4-minute conversation.
What's it about?
It's about a something that I found out about today. It's a condition that a lot of young men have. So, no, it's not a possum.
Cheating syndrome?
No, you heard the possum story, right?
Yes, but I said the condition that most men have, cheating syndrome.
Yeah, they have that.
Well, you can't cheat by yourself.
That's not the point.
You said, well, don't change the subject. You said, and I quote, a condition that most men have. I was just filling in the blanks. What is cheating for 500, Alex?
No, I was saying a lot of young men have this condition I never heard of, and it's interesting. It's a sexual condition. Let me put it in my notes so I can remember.
Not erectile dysfunction.
Not quite.
Something similar, like a cousin third removed.
Yeah. You know what did people do before spell check? Like
they looked up the dictionary, hard copy.
Because like I'm a smart person, right? But I don't even try to spell stuff now. Like if it's a little bit, I just wait for that red line.
Okay.
It's like that's pretty terrible. What's that?
Gonorrhea.
I don't even know. There's a term for it, but dang, that's funny. Y'all want to know about that? That's interesting. I don't know the actual term for it, but when I describe it, yeah, it's pretty sad. All right, let me get my drink first.
I was like, he's gonna start. Cause I was gonna say, are we gonna talk about this half on a? We're gonna talk about this tent that you want to go half on.
Oh, man, that thing is like $1,500.
Well, I couldn't click on it to see how much it cost anyway, but I knew the answer was no.
Yeah. No, I don't want a bubble tent. I was being silly. I didn't want a bubble tent.
Of course, you was being silly, but you really want a bubble tent. You just didn't want it with me.
Why not? We good friends. When you come visit me, I'll have it out on the lawn, and you could stay in it.
Are you serious right now? Shut up. Push the red button.
That'd be jacked. I'd be so mad if somebody did that.
Look, the stuff you just come up with, that's why you ain't got no friends.
That's not true. I have tons of friends.
No, you have people who know what you are good for and what they know you would do for them. You ain't got no rope.
What can I go do for them? I'm not rich like you.
Coal. Yeah, I'm not rich. I just got off snacks, and snacks ain't expensive.
True that. All right, let's do this. Let me. All right, hitting the red button. Okay, where is the damn cursor?
You don't even know what you're doing. Get you some friends first.
I don't. Hello, and welcome to an all-new episode of Men and Women Talk, the Mars Venus Show. My name is Kente, all the way live from Los Angeles, California, and this is episode number 154. I am joined by my wonderful, beautiful co-host, the one and only Shannon. How you doing, Shannon?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Like I said, I feel good. Life is beautiful right now. You know, it's for me personally. Life is good.
Okay, that's awesome.
And we're also joined by a young lady. I'm so glad. This is the first time I've had her on the show. The one and only Kedra. How you doing, Kedra?
I'm doing great.
And Kedra, you do so many things. So you're a writer as well, filmmaker. What else?
Poet.
Shout out to the poets.
Okay.
You need to be in our writers group.
I do. I'm just all around. I just love creativity.
Yeah. We did a show a couple weeks. What was it like? Being with a creative person or something like that.
Yeah.
So dating a creative person and all the interesting things that come with it. But tonight we're talking about securing the bag. Mm-hmm. Securing the bag in a relationship. So that can mean so many things. And this past weekend was the NFL draft, and we saw a couple of interesting situations. We normally don't talk about like stuff in the media because I feel like it dates the shows, but this thing kind of relates to kind of what we want to talk about. So there was a couple of incidents that happened during the draft. There's the I believe his name was Isaiah Wilson. They show him getting drafted by the Tennessee Titans, and he's he's emotional, this brother, and he's overcome with emotion, right? Because this is like the biggest moment in his life. And so his girlfriend, who is a Caucasian young lady, she just puts her arms around him and basically covers him up for the cameras. And dude's mom like yanks her off his lap.
Okay.
And
mess with a black mama.
I mean, it's not about that. Nobody in their right mind with any good sense would have sat in his lap, hogged up his moment, knowing that he's being filmed and we are in a pandemic, so he is not nowhere where he can be out in the limelight on a stage or anything like that. He is virtually showcasing that he was chosen, but the only person you see is her newly bleached hair and her white jersey. Like, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to go sit over there and blow him air kisses while he gets his 10 seconds of fame.
Okay, let him have it.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. And there was a lot of criticism of the mother and whatnot, and then there was also criticism of the young lady. I don't know what her name is. Don't care. So
apparently, social media, you don't call her Karen.
I thought that was a funny moment. And also there was another moment with this guy named CeeDee Lamb, who was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. And so he's sitting there, and they showing him on TV as he's finding out he's about to get drafted. And his girlfriend is a sister, very pretty girl. And he has two phones. So he's on one phone talking to whoever, and he has a second phone. And then she picks up the second phone and he just snatches it from her hand,
Well, on the phone with the Cowboys.
Right.
And his trying to FaceTime him on his other phone. According to her, she was just trying to answer it. Yeah. However, caveat, it is his moment. I'm gonna need you not to snatch his phone. Sit down, be cute. Don't miss your opportunity to secure the bag moving forward. Because his mama and him was like, man, you're done.
You're done.
Look, if you've been broke your whole life.
Listen.
No,
I'm
oh, okay. Like if you've been broke your whole life and something like this, you worked so hard and then now you're going to become a multimillionaire. You're going to have people around you, some in your family, people that you sleep with or potentially date, that's going to be looking at you as their lottery ticket as well. They ain't tackled anybody or scored a touchdown, but they're going to try to have access to your funds. And if you're a young lady and you start dating this guy who, is in college, a broke college kid, now he gets drafted to the league, you can't help to be thinking like, I done came up,
Yeah.
And, all of a sudden those birth control pills become Tic Tacs. Them Trojans start looking like Swiss cheese. There's definitely different tactics. One thing I heard was there's this method where, okay, I'm gonna say how I found out about it. There's a guy who wanted to come up with an incinerator, and what it is so what happens is there's a thing called sperm jacking. And it's like you have protected sex with a wealthy man, and what you do is he uses a condom, he does his business in the condom, and he throws it in the trash, right?
Retrieve it out the trash.
They retrieve it out the trash and take his gooey you know, and deals with it. And that's a way that some women have been securing it back. You know, that's not illegal, by the way.
It's a moral fail.
Right.
Yeah.
But
you gotta explain to your child, I'm a sperm thief. Like, you know, why all of a sudden you starting to still use condom sperm for your coochie gremlin? All right, I'm gonna let that one go.
Well, you know,
clearly I've been healed from that. I'm gonna let it go. Go ahead.
That's evil, right? To do that.
It's horrible.
But Blake Griffin, who was on the Clippers, now he's on the Detroit Pistons. He got someone pregnant, and he pays something like $100,000 a month child support. $100,000 a month. I can totally understand why somebody would sperm jack. You know, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, but I think we live in a where people that's all they good for. Mm-hmm. Like, they see you for dollars and cents. They aren't looking for, you know, trying to understand what your character or your soul or your heart is like. The only thing they're worried about is your portfolio, your progress in the sports, and your pocketbook, because that is what's going to help them be successful. Being attached to you in any form or fashion, whether it's a kid, we done slept together, we in a relationship, we got all these Insta likes, all these, you know, Facebook controversies, Black Twitter lovers, whatever the case is. It's ridiculous. It's too much. And then people look at that with the hashtag relationship goals, and now everybody wants to do that too. Like, we don't want to build nothing. We want to just be in ready-made relationship.
Like Stephon Jackson when he left his baby mama at the altar because she would not sign the prenup. And I understand that. I understand. Like he said it clearly. I worked so hard. Nobody was in that gym with me. Nobody spent all these hours. And he said, I take care of a lot of people. And I'm not going to marry her unless she signs this prenup. Left her there crying. Then after that, she wanted to sign it. She wanted to sign it. He said, no, I was born at night, but not last night. Then you signed it under duress.
Right. And then it can get thrown out. But see, the conversation was had before we got to the wedding day. So when I read that article and listened to him talk about it on his video, it made sense to me. Like, if we're having a conversation about it and you agree to this, because a prenup is something you agree to anyway, which is why it's drawn up in the first. And so if you don't agree to it, do not wait until the day we're going to say I do to throw this curveball. Because I'm going to say I don't. And I'm going to go party like it's 1999 without you.
Exactly.
I mean, even if you sign up.
So, I mean, it's his money. He done spent it. It done went down the trash. You tripping. Now you done got a pastor that you ain't never met before on the street with somebody else who telling you why you need to sign a prenup and da-da-da-da. Sir, I don't know you. And nothing short of the coming of Jesus Christ is going to stop me from getting this prenup signed. So if you don't want her to sign it, you marry her. I'm about to go do something else. I understood. I felt that in my shana. No. I was like, okay, bro.
Okay, I felt it. I was like, he right.
Yeah. I mean, even if you sign a prenup, I mean, you're gonna get something. You know, it's more than likely you're gonna get something. You're not gonna. I mean, she said that in the chat room, Steph says that Chris Bosh's baby's mother is on welfare, or his ex-wife or something like that. I don't know anything about that case, but I would like to look that up. But yeah, I don't know. I think as the person with the money, you have to be, you have to protect yourself. You can't be out there willy-nilly, sleeping with everything, and you know what I'm saying. And then also
future,
right? And then also when you decide who's going to be your wife, you got to be with somebody that really cares about you. Now, people can misrepresent themselves, That's for sure. But I don't know, if you do your due diligence right, I think you can really, you know, I mean, what is it that they're going after to decide who they're going to marry?
Well, a lot of people don't marry for what we would consider the right reasons. And of course, you could say everybody's right reason is different. But the bare foundation or core principles of what marriage is built upon, people aren't marrying for that. People aren't marrying on the vows that they take, for better, for worse, in rich and in poor and sickness. And they aren't marrying for those things. They're marrying because you look good on paper. They're marrying because you can take me up the success ladder. They are marrying because I'll never have to work again. All I gotta do is give you all these babies. I mean, because we can hire a nanny and a tutor and travel the world and be on our yacht all summer.
Right.
You know, people aren't necessarily marrying because they want to do the work. People are looking forward to weddings, but not marriages.
That's right.
Unfortunately, we aren't having the conversations about doing the work. You know, there is a camp of people who talk about it, you know, especially like in, you know, Christian conversations, and then people who are relationship based, who believe in the sanctity of marriage, who will talk about doing the work. But most people are just trying to smash, you know, look good, take a couple of pictures, put up a couple of hashtags, get some paid partnerships on the gram.
Get all these surgeries.
Listen, we live in a culture where we do things for likes and applause, and not to show people that we're growing, we're building, we're advancing our legacy, whether it's our children or people who come on beside us and saying, I believe in marriages because of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
All right. She said, I believe in the same.
Yep.
Hilarious. Okay. Yeah. So I want to talk about this from both ways, right? So if you are, let's say, Shannon, you have, hello?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, that's weird. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. My audio just went kapooey for a second. All right. So Shannon, Kedra, you have a son.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I do.
Oh yeah, huh? I don't even have to. I mean, for you, it's real. And let's say they're about to go to the NFL, NBA, whatever. What are you talking to them about as far as? I would expect that you are having this conversation way before that. But what are you talking to them about? About, you know, women and, you know, decisions that they're going to be making going forward.
Go for it, Kedra.
Well, luckily for my son, he already knows about women because he be schooling me. He be like, yeah, I'm not talking to so she's a thought. I don't have time for that. You know, and he wants a particular type of woman because I may not be religious, but my son, he goes to church all the time. He's real heavily in the church. So, you know, he's not green as far as, even though he's in the church, he's not green as far as relationships. He knows what it consists of. I tell him what to look for. You know, you need to look at her heart, see if she wants you for you. Even if you got money, play broke and see how long she lasts around. You know, do little things to see. And then also, if you feel like she's the one, give it a chance because the truth will come shining through sooner or later. Mm-hmm. You got to take a gamble if you want love.
Yep, all a risk. It's all a risk. I mean, and anybody who's a good parent is going to want to protect their children, not be overbearing and not suffocate or smother them, but give them the resources and the tools and the wisdom that they have as parents. Because you know, once you've lived long enough, you know something. Just to guide them or give them the direction that they need so that when they're out on their own, when they've left the nest, you know, they can be successful and, you know, encompassing the ability to make sound decisions or mess up and learn from them and make different decisions in the process. But if I had a son and he was going to the NFL, the NBA, wherever, you know, Major League Baseball, it don't matter. I would say do not let a coochie jack up your contract.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, they can trade you because she's not the representative that they're looking for. That's
true too.
Or you can make the boss moves that you need to make because they signed you. And if you want to make this a long-term career of yours, you have to make some sound decisions. And that means you might have to put some people at a distance, not because you don't want to be with them, but because where you are right now requires your undivided attention. And if she can't understand that, then she ain't the one.
And everybody can't travel with your success.
That's true.
I mean, that's so true.
That is
sometimes that information requires you to let some people go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've definitely had to let people go, and it's not always romantic situations, but sometimes you just outgrow people. You know what I mean? So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's probably at the top. The higher you get up, the less people can travel with you.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to understand that it's about something greater than them. Because then they're going to make it about them. Well, why you didn't mention me or why you didn't help me? It's not about you.
Mm-hmm. Now, Kedra, you are a woman who, who's out there as far as, you have a lot of things going, a lot of irons in the fire. How do you find someone as far as relationship wise that can kind of measure up to what you got popping?
Right now, it's not happening. Unless it's another artist that can kind of understand me, but then they're so self-absorbed. So right now, I'm just kind of in my own lane.
So
that's where I'm at.
So, like, I mean, what do you mean exactly by
that? Let's say, like, I have a friend. I call him Mr. Columbia.
Okay.
And so we plan dates together. We eat, we do stuff, blah blah blah. But we're not in a relationship because I don't see myself being with him in a relationship. But he's good as a friend.
Oh wow. Stephanie, I don't see you in the chat room. This you might want to refresh because I don't see her in the chat room, but I see her typing though.
Here either, but I see her comment.
Right. So you might just need to refresh. It's like okay. Okay, so we talked about this. So he's we were talking about this. I don't know if it was on the show or it might have been on a show I was guesting on, but we were talking about how women will have like guys who are, there she go, I see her now. Guys who are they fill purposes, right? Some guys, the guy that you can get money from, who
we've talked about it on previous shows, not necessarily the current one.
Right. So he sounds like the guy I call the notebook friend.
I mean, it's not necessarily a money thing with him. It's just we spend quality time together.
Right, the notebook guy. No, he's the notebook guy. The guy that you watch the Notebook with, and the guy.
We watch all the Mexican mafia films together. We gangster.
Yeah, but here's the problem with it is that I mean, it depends on what he wants, right? He wants a relationship, I imagine.
Somewhere he might, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't ask him.
He does. He does. So it basically it sucks for him because he's wanting, more of it. So he's gonna sit there and watch these movies with you and do all this stuff, and and all he is to him is like a puppy. He's like a little puppy. He's just like and then when that guy that the slick guy comes through, the guy that makes your heart go like this.
I don't even know if that's gonna come through because I haven't seen that in a long time. That makes my heart patter.
Well, but that's what you want though. You want that guy that you're passionate about. That guy
I don't know if he exists.
He exists. He exists.
No, he don't.
He exists. Not in no Jacksonville, but he exists.
You know what? He doesn't exist because you say that. Like, you are manifesting what you are getting. So until you change that idea, I mean, he doesn't exist because he doesn't exist to her.
is this a guy that on sight you think that you'll be attracted to, or is it after you get to know him, then you'll feel that?
After I get to know him, I don't do physical stuff because that will lead you down a road so dark. Going by, ooh, he looked good. Nah, it's got to be his heart.
Yep.
Really, his heart. But the Notebook guy got a great heart, but he don't do it for you though.
In the mind, it's got to be the mind too. You might have the heart, but if you don't have both of those conjunctions together, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna get bored.
Okay, so what? That's a great thing. Okay, I'm gonna read this comment and then I'm gonna get to that. I usually need to get to know people, but their looks do catch my eye. Okay,
Oh, of course.
So what gets you? What is boring to you though?
What is boring to me? Boring to me is a man that's just in one track.
Okay, like he just wants to watch TV, or he doesn't Netflix and chill every all the time.
No variety.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like some spontaneity. I want to come on. Let's go skydiving. Let's go horseback riding.
Oh,
let's
hell
go do
no.
something fun.
Not no skydiving.
Jump out that plane, baby.
Skydiving. No. What's up, D? Skydiving. Horse ride. I forget you from the South.
That's right.
So that's horse riding. That's out here. There ain't no women asking you to do that shit. I ain't never met no girl from Cali talking about let's go horse riding. You know.
Let's go horseback riding. Let's saddle up.
No, okay. So you want to skydive. Or you know what? I'd be like this. This would be some chick was like, let's go skydiving. I'd be like, we go to the place, and then she'll get on that plane, and I'll be on the ground. Like, go ahead, girl.
You have to take a class before you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that type of date before. It's really nice.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Your friend Melissa, right?
Yeah.
Okay, she's saying our community has a bunch of hurt people, so I think the conversation needs to start with healing ourselves. And
absolutely.
Yes. And Sam says marriage is a joke now. The entertainment business makes millions of dollars off of creating dating and marriage shows. Yeah, I agree. Cali isn't the Wild West. Not Los Angeles, California. Maybe in some of the other parts of Cali, but we ain't riding no horses and shit. You know, that's
y'all used to ride horses the Wild West. So
yeah, in the 1800s. This is 2020, girl.
Out in the country in Cali.
Yeah, nah. I mean Cali, yeah, but Los Angeles is not. It's like people from Atlanta say, "I'm not from Georgia. I'm from Atlanta." You know. I'm not, it's like I'm from Los Angeles. It's way different than other parts of Cali.
Of course.
So,
of course. I want to touch base on, was it my Lisa?
Mm-hmm.
About the hurt in the community and healing ourselves. I think that's a heavy conversation that we have to be willing to have, especially since you have people within the community who can do this. Mm-hmm. You have people in the community who believe Jesus is the only answer. And then people who don't really talk about it, they sit under the rug, not having these conversations, or don't even know they have trauma that they need to unpack. And so I am a supporter of healing yourself whole, because I don't believe that broken people should be in relationships with whole people. It's a recipe for disaster.
You're right.
Cutting people up. And so we create these domino effects and wonder why we keep having a residual of broken people, because people aren't doing the work, but they're getting into other relationships and breaking more people. And so, yes, we have to do our light work, whatever that looks like: support group, counseling, therapist, staging, aligning your chakras, praying, meditating, yoga, weed, whatever you use as your therapy, alternative medicine, etc. And then once you've done that, you have to find another person who's done their light work and enter into a safe space and a sacred space with that person to begin the process of a healthy relationship. Because if you guys aren't talking about it, communicating effectively, and comprehending what you're communicating, it's just gonna be, you're gonna keep running in circles, and we're gonna keep having these jacked up relationships, and people aren't gonna face their demons, do the work, and keep running around looking ragged and saying, "Oh, I wish everybody would just do the work and hurt people." Like all these cliches, we hold and hug cliches like they're the cure for everything, and they're not. You gotta do the work. You gotta put in effort.
And I think that's what happened with me. I really gave my heart to this guy. And now this man is much older. You know, I'm thinking he's older. It might be a better relationship. No, he wants to be a player at 60. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Oh no.
What else?
Yeah, he want to be Playboy. I'm looking on Facebook. He in Africa with some other chick. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a whole nother story. That might be a whole movie right there.
I was like, Lord have mercy.
Raquel, wait a minute. It's not cheating if it's in the motherland.
Don't perpetuate that foolishness.
He's trying to get to know his roots.
No, she's from America too. They both went over there.
Oh shit. He's 60. He was probably delirious. Yeah. He didn't realize. He forgot his spectacles. In Africa, there are tribes that let you sleep with their wives as a welcome gift. Oh shoot. Oh. Man, that is a hell of a welcome gift. Take me wife.
That's a little too much for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to move my husband out the way and be like, you can try it if you want to. You can stay right here.
Okay.
And be pushing daisies because you're gonna be under the ground.
All right, so we talked about the guys having the bag. What about when the woman got the bag? Kedra, we know Kedra got that bag. It's been well documented that Shannon got the bag.
Lies. Hey, Luke. Hey, Bobby. Don't do that.
Stephanie got the bag times 10. So I know she's a target as well. Guys will target. She said, no, I don't.
Thank you.
So, Kedra. So
it's quite funny when men think you have money.
That part.
Yeah, that part. It's a whole different ball game.
So
and they put on they put on some airs thinking they're gonna get with you and you're gonna get. Can we curse? I don't.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. We grown.
Okay. Thinking you're gonna get dickmatized. Because some women do. They get dickmatized. I was just talking to somebody today. This chick came into like a couple 100,000 and she started messing with this guy, paying his way. Talking about, I just want to show him appreciation. Come to find out he had a whole wife.
Ooh, a whole wife. Not even a half a wife. What's up, Curtis? Wow. Yeah. A whole wife. So
but he did what he had to do to get the bag from her. You know what I'm saying? Hey, her boyfriend for the time being.
The wife might have been in on it too. Like, baby, get that paper.
On it.
Oh shit!
She found out later on Facebook. You know, everybody found out on Facebook.
Wow, that is a great couple though. If you think about it, a family that schemes together stays together.
And then after they got the bag, they moved to Atlanta.
I want to be a fly on the wall when they hatched this plan. You know, when they were sitting back, they were like, "All right, baby, we need to use your." She's like, we need to use your penis to get us up the social ladder."
And you come across the wrong one, and you end up with your brain splattered on the wall.
Hey, Melvin.
Okay. Some people don't. Women are really emotional, and they might just snap. You should watch Snap before.
I'm not.
So, Kedra. Okay, so a guy who's enterprising, who's looking for a woman who of substance, of stature. You know, he might be you're from the South, so the Piggly Wiggly or wherever it is that you guys go in the South.
Piggly Wiggly. You're talking about South Carolina now. Florida is but it's a different.
What are we in Columbus, Georgia?
What? Oh, Bojangles. Publix. Okay, so you at the Waffle House, wherever, like the uppity black.
I like IHOP. I'm sorry.
Where's the uppity? Where do the uppity black people go in Jacksonville?
They go to places like Red Lobster.
Red Lobster is balling.
The Red Lobster is balling because they got the prices pretty high now. They go to Ruth Chris Steakhouse because That's like really upscale. You know, you got to spend. You're not walking out there spending less than $300 on a plate. So.
Oh wow. Yeah, you can impress.
So,
you can impress the chick by taking her
to
Red Lobster.
Hey, them Cheddar Bay biscuits be on point.
Oh wow.
Okay. Hey, okay. Beyonce made it popular.
So Ruth Chris. Ruth Chris. It's a restaurant, right?
Yes.
So you're there, Ruth Chris, with one of your homegirls, and this enterprising brother, right? He looks over and he goes, I know that girl got money. I know she's some status. So he's waiting for your girl to, you know, go to the bathroom, powder her nose. And then he slides over to your table. And he's all like, how you doing?
I'm be like, okay, how are you?
And he starts making his move, right? Because, you know, Kedra, you know, like I said, you're a woman of substance. You keep yourself, you know, top notch, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what do you do when you get approached like that? Maybe not that specific scenario, but a scenario much like it.
Well, first of all, they're gonna be sadly disappointed. That's the first step. And then if he's looking to write off my coattails to get what he need to get, he barking up the wrong tree. Because first of all, I don't even want a man like that. We can build together. That's not a problem because I'd rather build together. But nah, if I'm not a gold digger, I definitely don't want a gold digger.
What if he said, look, he breaks it down to you. He's like, we'll look at what we both can bring to the table. And he says, you bring intelligence, you bring great work ethic, you know, your success, right? You have all of that. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I bring more than grade A penis. and I can fix a leaky pipe every once in a while.
I can fix a leaky pipe too. So I mean, first of all, if
he said, what did I walk like into?
That, it's over anyway because he doesn't want to know who I am. He doesn't want to know my story. He doesn't want to know anything about me. He just want to know what we can do right off the rip. Mm-hmm. No, you need to take time to try to know me as a human being, as a person. What type of morals do I have? You know, so he got to go. No, it's enough for me.
But there's a lot of women though who, especially when they get a certain age, who they'll be like, you know, I was married once before. You know, me and my husband broke up. You know what? If he can, you know, hit that spot right, he good. There's a lot of women like that.
There's a lot of women like that, and there's a lot of women that's not going to settle for that. So it just depends on who he's talking to. Yeah, it depends on who he's talking to. Now, the one that's going to go for that, more power to her, because I ain't got one.
Yeah.
How big is it? Hilarious. That's the deciding factor. That's funny. Hey, Luke.
But wait a minute. He can have the good peen, but who's to say I don't have the snapper? So why do I need him? I can have my choice.
That's true. That is true. That is definitely true. So, I mean, but that adds to the attraction, though, right? Is that aspect?
No, because really, a woman is not thinking sexual as soon as she meets a man, unless you just out there like that. Oh yeah, that's not the first thing on your mind.
Yeah.
She says, "I'm thinking sexual." Hilarious.
Our hormones are going.
So, I mean, Shannon, I know you're wholesome adjacent.
Don't judge me, judge your mama.
How did my mama get in this? But come on now, you do think of, you ain't that wholesome. That is a part of it.
Let me tell you to stay out of grown folks' business, okay?
All right, do you, this sweet, you can be, if you're good in bed, you can be way more of an asshole.
Why?
Like you could be over the asshole line.
It's people that suck in bed and is a complete donkey.
Okay, yes.
Out of that.
Wholesome and into BDSM hilarious. She is wholesome. I can't say hilarious.
I gotta grow folks' business.
Okay. But let's just not act like that's not a thing. You get away with
on
more.
On the first date? Come on.
No, I'm talking about in a relationship. You get away with way more if you hit the pipe.
I mean, and I think there's some truth to that. But like I said, I think that pendulum, it swings both ways. I think there are people who aren't good in bed and still feel like they can be an a-hole.
He says, but is he saying being good in bed gives allowance to be an asshole? Yes, it does.
No,
but it doesn't. What I'm saying is that people that aren't good in bed, who may think they're good in bed, are that too. So it's not even, that may be a catchphrase, but it's not the exception. People, donkeys come in all shapes and sizes.
I agree with that, but I'm saying that you would, if a guy sucks in bed, you're more likely not. You're probably not going to accept his asshole nature.
Even if he is, you're not going to accept that. Yeah. You want somebody to be digmatized.
Maybe not you, but most. Come on now. That ain't a thing. That ain't a thing. I'm making this shit up.
No, we're not saying you is, but you talking.
There's like, always an exception. See, Stephanie keeps it real.
No, we're not arguing that that's not a fact. What we're saying is that's not what we're going to do.
That's
like,
right.
I'm gonna call you out on it, and you might still give good head. But you're not going to be a-hole about it.
That's right.
So while we at it, I'm about to eat your last taco since you want to act like that. Thank you.
But Shannon, no, you wouldn't. I mean, I know you're saying this because that's the right thing to say, but you wouldn't give a guy somewhat a little pass if he's really good.
This is why I'm single. No, I would not.
Shannon, really?
No, that's not. I'm sorry.
Really?
Because let me tell you, this is true. Dick can go a mile and pussy can go a marathon. So I'm sorry, no.
You wouldn't give a guy a slight pass on some shit that you wouldn't give?
No.
You guys are that evolved?
I'm that evolved. I'm not putting up with that.
I mean, you over there drinking hand sanitizer and Hennessy, and you that evolved? Cut it out.
I'm just saying. I don't think you. Stephanie's telling the truth. I think in the chat, you ain't. And no woman in here has ever gave a good dick dude a pass.
But everybody's entitled to their own truth. I'm not arguing that the head game can't be fired, but I might let you get it. But I'm still gonna call you out after you done got it. That don't mean you got to be an a-hole and then let me get some. No.
Be like, this is how you call him out afterwards. It's like, please stop. You were supposed to pick me up from the airport. Please, next time.
Oh, you get something pick me up from the airport if I had the Uber or a taxi?
Yeah, he forgot.
Oh no.
He got to go.
He's like, was it today I was supposed to pick you up?
No.
Was it today that you just got your pink slip? Goodbye.
But then you're gonna miss the penis. Then you're gonna be like,
okay, so maybe I'm missing the whole story behind this, but I mean, can a woman not orgasm by herself?
Exactly. And when is the last time that you could turn in a dick and get money for it? Like, it's not 24 karat gold. If he got good penis, there's somebody else with even better penis. Bye.
I've had plenty of self-love, but it ain't the same. Thank you.
It's not the same, but you know what? I'm not about to be dealing with no foolishness just to say, oh, he didn't stroke it right tonight. No.
But you do realize, okay, if he strokes it right, the next day you're gonna be at work happier. You're gonna have that smile on your face. Your friends are gonna be like, wow, you're just so much happier. True.
But what if you got the snapper whapper? He's the one thinking all that. I mean, it could go either way. It does not have to be the penis.
No, I admit it.
The woman.
I admit it, guys. Guys.
Nose be wide open.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not in denial. I'm not in denial.
Whatever, Ken.
Wars have been started over coochie. So I don't think none of us guys would deny that we've made bad dick decisions.
No, and no woman is denying that either. But the thing is do we want to accept that?
No,
the answer is
no. You don't want to accept it, but we can't act like it's not a real thing. That you would.
Nobody isn't. It's just something that we both agree we're not willing to do right now.
Okay.
Are you with somebody right now, Kedra?
No.
Okay, my point exactly.
But come on, Kedra, it does give you somewhat of a benefit of doubt.
No.
So if let's say he didn't come home till 3 a.m. and then
come home, where, to my house?
Yeah, and let's say y'all would live together, and he didn't come home till 3 a.m. and then he's like, he gives you some BS excuse about he had to take his grandma to basketball practice.
He had to take his grandma.
I don't know. I'm just making up shit.
He got to go because number one, honesty is key. Mm-hmm. If we don't have communication, if we don't have honesty, and we can't be grown adults and talk about things, he got to go anyway. I'm not tolerating that.
But you're not gonna be like, I don't like it. You should have called, but next time.
Hell no.
You're just gonna be you'll throw the dick out with the bathwater. Stop it.
Bumbleclot, you got to go.
Because you're gonna want to believe his bullshit.
No, I'm not gonna want to believe his bullshit because you know why? I've been through too much bullshit in life, and that's not something I'm willing to accept at this point in my life. No, I'm not. He got to go.
Oh, but in the past, that was more of a thing. Would you say that?
Maybe when I was young.
You young.
We've already
now.
said that.
You young now.
We've done this before. We don't want to do it anymore. That's you missed that whole conversation.
Okay. So can a guy be a great dick provider and also be a good dude? Does one cancel the other one out?
What is this great dick provider?
Is this what the securing the bag is about? Because this is not how I was planning for this to go.
Does one cancel the other out? Can he be both?
He can absolutely be both.
Yes, he can.
Love and be a good woman. Yes, people can be multifaceted. We're not one dimensional.
He be laying in bed like, what you want, girl? Do you want great sex or do you want a good guy?
Let me tell you, I had a good guy and he had good sex, but guess what? Something else came in. He was cray-cray. So that canceled everything.
It does.
Yeah. Okay.
So what do you think about the comment? And I posted this to my wall earlier today. People who were raised on love shouldn't date people who were raised on survival. Don't answer all at once.
Go ahead, Kedra.
Wow, that's deep. I think naturally I was raised on love because I'm a poet and I still believe in love somewhere out there in the universe. Maybe you might be on another planet or something, but dealing with a person that's raised on survival, that's a whole different set of circumstances and a whole different set of morals, I think, because they're not going to see a lot of things the same way that you're going to see them. And it's going to cause some type of conflict in the aftermath of it.
Yeah. Like I didn't. Go ahead, Kente.
No, I was gonna say I was definitely raised on love, and I think it shows by how awesome I am. But you want to
dickmatize women?
I would definitely say that having two loving parents who always, my dad always told me he loved me. I'm the youngest child, right? And I was a kid that they didn't expect to have, So I'm the only kid my parents had together. They both have other kids. And so my dad was at a different place. He was older. He was 45 when he had me. So he was at a different place, right? And so my parents were able to do things that they didn't do with the other kids because they were in a different place. So I always knew I was loved. I had a lot of love from, family and, my godmother who just passed, was someone who always gave me love. So I definitely understood a loving environment. But then I've dated people, and it took me a while when you're used to a certain thing, and then you get in a relationship with someone who that's not their reality, and they come from a kill or be killed type scenario. Like I had to fight my 8 brothers for a sandwich, like that kind of thing. It's like a big difference. I had to learn because I'd be like, why are you acting like this? Why are you tripping like this? And then I had to, it's something as you get older, you get in a better place at kind of understanding of how that's
the mentality they
different
have.
Mentality.
You can't penetrate that. The mind is a powerful thing.
I've had people tell me, like I've had women tell me, like, you came from a such and such family, and you had everything. I'm sitting there like we wasn't rich. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that, but it was just the fact that having a nuclear situation and all of that. And there was some resentment. I've experienced resentment from women who didn't experience that. And some male friends who.
But authentic love is a currency that most people that would argue that can't cash in. So there would be some resentment there. Not that it should be, but when you're coming from a healthy platform and they're not, they can't quite understand how that was okay for you and celebrate what you had because they didn't have room and space for that in their own growing up. So
I know some people who've never seen, like maybe their mother was a single mother and never seen their mother in a healthy relationship, where every guy that she dated was like an absolute asshole, don't even know what that looks like. A loving relationship. Then there's some that come from a nuclear situation where mom and dad didn't get along, but they stayed together because of finances or because of the kids. And that was hell. Some people just don't need to be with each other, even if they have kids. So, you could do more harm staying together and raising them in a toxic environment. So,
absolutely.
And the crazy thing is, so I don't know has anyone ever experienced this, where let's say you come from a family that's close and close knit and whatnot, and you bring someone that you're involved with around your family, and they're just so kind of disconnected from it, like because this is not their reality, you know what I'm saying? And they don't feel comfortable, because you're hugging your uncles and your aunties and you know what I'm saying, and all of that kind of stuff. And it's just real love being passed around. Like there's some people who've never had, their mother never hugged them. Their mother, the most nurturing person in your life, is supposed to be your mother, right? It's like my mother never hugged me.
Supposed to,
right?
That's the operative word,
right?
Because everybody didn't grow with the mother. But I mean, those are conversations that you should be having pre going to family functions like that, because you want to not set anyone up for failure. And before I continue, I want to read what Maya wrote because I don't want to not honor what she said. She said, I halfway agree, but some people raised on survival also are in want and need of love, and being with someone who can share or show love with them helps them to learn to see life in a different way if they are open and willing to share that view. And I think that last part is probably optimal and key. There's nothing wrong, and that's why I posted what I posted. There's nothing wrong with someone who's raised on love being joined with someone who's raised on survival, because yes, they can both learn something from one another. It's all about communicating needs and setting boundaries and having conversations and comprehending well, and then acting upon what you guys have discussed and agreed upon as a relationship moves and progresses, so that you guys can feel safe. And then coming back to the table, don't feel safe, because at the end of the day, there's room and space where people just don't feel safe, even though they're in a safe environment, because it's not familiar with, which is what you mentioned, Kente. Sometimes people see it and it sounds good, it looks good, but they've never had it, so they can't say it feels good because it's uncomfortable for them. And so sometimes you have to give people room to experience it and come to an acceptance of it on their own terms, because you're used to it. That's a privilege you've had, and they have not had that privilege.
And shout out to Badges, who's in the chat room as well.
Badges.
Yeah, it's been a minute, Badges. And real quick, this as a side note, tomorrow night we're going to be on at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. And we'll be simulcasting here, but mainly we'll be on Facebook and using StreamYard. We're doing a ladies' night of comedy. So Danny Redwine will be on it. My good friend Dana, who we interviewed a couple of weeks ago, will be on it, as well as a comedian named Lady Day. And LA Wade is going to be on there as a guest co-host for my What's Good with Kente show. So if you guys like women who are funny, come right in. I know you all know Danny Redwine. It's going to be 6 p.m. Pacific time, which is California time, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. So check it out and support these young ladies. It's going to be funny. So we're going to be talking about all kind of stuff. So,
well, while you talking, you want to shout out the people in the room?
Yeah, you want to do it, or you want me to?
I said while you're talking.
Okay, go ahead.
I can't see the comments.
You're on the phone. You got to swipe left. I think it is right. Swipe left.
Oh, I'm on the iPad.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
So since Tuesday doesn't listen, I'll just go ahead and do it because I said you could do it since you were talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get some eyes.
At least in the get vocal chat room, because I don't know who's on the Facebook chat.
I'll do Facebook.
But Badges, Marisol, Andre, Bobby, Seth, Allah, Duke, Maya, and Raquel. Thank you for staying with us.
Thank you. In Facebook, I see Sam is here. Melissa is here. Melvin Lars is here as well. If you guys want to join us, I put the and Curtis Brooks is here as well. If they want to join us in the Get Vocal chat, I have it posted in the pinup. And I know there's some more people I can't see, but thank you for being here. Okay, so we're talking about securing the bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it depends on how you want to define it, right? The way that people talk about securing the bag, especially when it comes to relationship, is you find you a partner who can, with your combination with them, can take you to another economic plateau, right? That's one way of securing the bag, right? So women out there, you find you a good professional man. Maybe he's a doctor, a lawyer, investment banker, NBA player, or whatever, and that's the guy that you settle down with. That's like cowboy hilarious. That's securing the bag, right? But here's the thing, though, about that is just because somebody got money don't mean they're a great catch.
That's right.
And a lot of times, guys who are very successful, they kind of want a woman for like a window dressing, right? It's like, okay, if I'm this businessman and I want to be a CEO, right? The CEOs are almost never single, right? And part of the CEO thing is that you have a wife and family, and because that screams stability, right? So like presidents always have a wife, right? I mean, a single person running for president, you'd be like, was he single? Like, is he? Right. He had to coerce Rosario Dawson to mess with him so he wouldn't look, Raquel knows what I'm talking about.
Circumstance, our current president has a wife and he ain't worth a hill of beans.
No, I'm just saying though. But I'm just saying though, that's part of it is like if you want to be known as a man who's a stability, who serious, you want to have you a wife for sure, right?
Yeah, that's how you do business. I mean, they want to sit at the table and find out if you are with someone. Absolutely,
right. And then I always talk about this. What's up, Melvin, in the chat? Is one of the reasons why Black people mess with Obama. Because remember, at first, Black people were skeptical about him. We thought he was all right. It was like, then we got to know Michelle, and it was like, oh, she a real sister. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people started people change when they really starting to see Michelle. Michelle did a lot for Obama as far as the way that a lot of black people saw him. When they saw that
she helped him get elected.
Definitely, that's 100%. We wouldn't have if he had like if he didn't have that wife, specific her.
Or Becky.
No, not even just that. It's just if she was real ratchet or she was, we'd be like it questions.
First lady,
huh?
Have we ever had a ratchet first lady?
No, not at all. But she wasn't first lady yet. So, but I'm just saying though, like, you wouldn't have rocked with him, right? So a guy with money and status, he may look at a Kedra or a Shannon as, you know what? She'll look good on my arm. I'll have some little nappy-headed kids, and they'll make sure that they're well groomed and educated, and it'll look good, having these women as my wife, and I'm still cheating, I'm still gonna have the mistresses and whatnot, but when I go to the red carpet event, I have these real polished women on my side, and it'll make me look stable and whatnot.
So why is it that he can get a Michelle, but we can't get an Obama? Why do you got to be a cheat?
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying the mentality of some guys who are who have status. So a lot of times people just look at the status, right? It's like he's a doctor, he's a doctor, so you came up. But if he's an idiot and he treats you poorly, it doesn't matter what kind of money he got.
Your ass behind closed doors.
But that's also people not doing their due diligence. Case in point, what did
that's funny, Raquel.
Son say? My mother, shout out to Paula, was somebody before Denzel became who he was. She made more money than him.
Mm-hmm.
Successful before him.
Right.
So just because you're the one that's in the limelight, maybe she deferred her dream or merged her dream with yours, so that she could rock hard. Like, we got to be purposed and passionate in these plans with one another if we're going to do this thing called life together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Michelle Obama could have stayed and been a lawyer somewhere making all kinds of coin, but she got aligned with what Barack wanted to do. That part, Stephanie. Look, and your comment, orange panty stain, will go down in history for the rest of my duration of living, because that's the most great.
Kedra, you're at the bar or wherever it is that you go to have fun, supper club, whatever.
Poetry club.
Open mic.
When a guy tells you what he does for a living, your ears are perk up, right? You want to know what he's doing, right?
It depends.
It depends. I mean, that's his money. I can't be counting his coin.
That part.
But if the guy works at Chipotle,
I mean, can you bring a bowl home every night?
If he works at a Chipotle versus he owns 4 franchises of Chipotle, is a big difference.
That's his goal, but that's where you need to start having conversations. Is that all you want to do is work at Chipotle? Because just because that's where you're standing on right now, I mean, as long as you're standing on solid ground and you can pay your bills, we can still have a conversation. But if that's all you want to do,
that's a different story.
Might not be the guy for me.
If you work, if you work at Chipotle and you want to date Shannon, you better be slanging.
No,
slanging it.
Be one. Build yourself. Like, I didn't come into my job just wanting to be an advocate. I wanted to manage something. I wanted to do some character development, some professional development within the entity in which I was working. And so there has to be some level of growth. Now, if you are at a cap already and you can't go no higher, or you don't desire, because some people don't want to manage too much is given is required. But at the end of the day, I still need to know that that's where you're going, and that is going to prepare you to rear a family, provide for a household, take care of ill parents in the event that they do get ill. Like, I need to know that your salary or your hustles, because You know, it's nothing wrong with having 18 wheels of income. You know, knowing that those things can get you where you need to go. If all you're planning for is today, I don't think we gonna make it.
We not gonna make it, boo. It's not gonna happen.
That's all I'm saying.
My favorite is the guy who's like 50, but he's 50 peddling a mixtape. You know, it's like
he better go somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it, man. I'm gonna be the next Jay-Z. And then the argument is
already missed that mark.
And the argument is Jay-Z still doing it at 50 and Ice-T. I'm like, but they started at 14.
I'm not gonna demean anybody's dream, but this has got to be a level of realistic to it. Okay,
yep.
You're not gonna be 50 and be the next Jay-Z. It's just not gonna happen. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, that's funny. No, I'm dashing your dreams. Yeah, it's definitely hilarious. That's so true. I mean, but you know what? I don't blame. Especially, it's one thing when you're in your 20s, but once you get past 35, if you're a woman, you gotta. He's working at Chipotle. I can understand why a woman's like questioning. You know, he could be the greatest guy ever, just sweet, remembers your birthday, reads you poetry that he wrote himself, and all of that. But are you really gonna mess with the guy?
If he don't have no other goals, no.
Well, he's trying to get to be that manager spot.
How long is it gonna take him to get manager?
I don't know. How long does it take?
My son's 23. He manager at Chick-fil-A, so I mean that should be easy.
So my friend left her husband because he has been a teacher's aide for 10 years, and he takes home $600 every 2 weeks. Oh wow! So
they don't have no drive. But see, that also depends on if you have a woman that doesn't have any drive. So there's somebody for everybody, and there's somebody out there willing to accept that, but they just got to find that somebody.
But I don't think women have the same pressure when it comes to relationships. So what's up, Angela? Like a guy's not gonna break up with Shannon because she works at Barnes and Noble. You don't have that same pressure. That's more on the men.
Not fair in life. Too bad.
It all boils down to, are you matched well? Because I don't want somebody to be in my life who doesn't want me to challenge myself. Exactly. They know that's not the highest depth of my capacity. Like, yeah, I may find that I enjoy working at a Barnes and Noble, but if my ultimate goal is to be a motivational speaker, what are we doing to do that, to get there, to make that happen? Because you can only do so much motivational speaking while you checking out people at Barnes and Noble.
Look, women, you can get away with, making sure there's grits every morning. That's his thing, and coffee, right? You don't have the pressure of, I got to do something that's on a certain level because I'm a certain age to be with this guy. The only way is if y'all are struggling financially and the relationship needs you to do that. So yeah, she says it right. Men focus on acts of service. So,
and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But most women are single and making more money, owning more businesses, having more degrees. So it's not even an issue of she doesn't have to. Most women already have.
We just want to, us men, we want to feel taken care of. That is perfectly well said.
Well, go find you a sugar mama to do that.
No, I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about if
you agree.
I'm talking about like this. If I am sick, not with COVID-19, I'm talking about like just regular sick, regular sick. Kedra, we love that shit when you're like feeling on her forehead. You put the thermometer. You make some soup that your grandma taught you how to make.
As a woman,
a hot toddy.
I had a boyfriend and he was sick. And he lived all the way across town. I made him soup. I came and took care of him because you know what? I cared about him, and that relationship was built on that. So that's not a problem.
We love that shit. What guy doesn't like that? Press 1 if you want your woman to make you soup when you're sick. See, yeah, we love that shit. That's the shit we love. Real men of substance. That's what we want from our women. He can make his own soup. No, I want my woman to make me soup. I want
feed it to you too, boo. Here you go, baby.
And then also, you like I like women that know shit, right? Like, so I like the woman that knows, like, what drugs you're supposed to take when you're not feeling well. You know what I'm saying? I like that. That's I like women with women's skills, with wife skills, with mom skills. I want her to know more shit than I do. I know a lot, but there's nothing wrong with that. And you're from the Midwest, and you're from the South. That's supposed to be the epicenter of women that know shit, not submissive.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Yeah.
I'm from the South,
mm-hmm.
but I'm a Caribbean raised person.
Oh, that's double.
But I don't have that mindset. I'm gonna do it. I want to do it in the way I want to do it, because that doesn't mean that I have to follow the way that I was raised. I'm gonna give if he deserves to give. You know what I'm saying? If we're in a relationship, no problem me coming if you're sick, taking care of you, blah, blah, blah. But the moment you try to act brand new and you take it for granted, it's done.
You should. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. The Black community saw balance in Michelle. So, yeah. And also, he said women's skills. Yeah, that's right. I said women's skills. I said it. Women's skills. You from Nebraska. You supposed to know this shit, Shannon.
Nebraska.
Yes, that's the epicenter of hot toddies and all of that stuff.
Listen, Toucan fan. Okay.
I feel like if you're dating a woman from Nebraska and you're feeling under the weather, you should feel real confident that she's gonna nurse you back to health because she's from Nebraska. That's where they train. They literally train these girls at a young age. I'm from LA. Okay. LA, these women don't know nothing out here. That's why we importing women from the South and the Midwest out here.
They know how to get that plastic surgery.
Right. So I'm just saying, you want a guy with men skills?
I want a good human being.
You want a guy that
I want loyalty. I want
sincerity. We have this conversation all the time, so we're always going to agree to disagree. It's not a matter of what I want in terms of traditional roles. As you know, I'm not you. So we are always going to differ on this. But at the end of the day, I want somebody who I can communicate effectively with about what makes sense for our relationship so that we can comprehend how to get our needs met in the relationship, whatever that looks like. Because like Dre said, he can make his own soup and he may make better soup than me.
I like a man that can cook. I like to eat, so you better know how to cook.
I'm a 5-star chef. I'm a 5-star chef. I made soup. I actually got a video I haven't posted yet of me making this bomb ass soup, right? So I can do it, but I definitely want my woman to know how to do this stuff.
You want a certain type.
There's nothing wrong with that. You may also want her to, slob on your knob like corn on the cob, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, if they don't do it just so, because you did say mommy skills. So some men do compare their woman to their mama.
No, not me.
So don't make her macaroni and cheese like your mama. You don't want to be getting offended talking about, I'd rather you not cook that.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I'm not talking about you. But there are quite a few men in the world who do follow practice. And just like women who may want their man to be like their daddy. The luxury of conversation is afforded to many. You got to choose whether or not you're going to talk about the things that are going to help your relationship thrive.
She says,
I want a man that
make soup, freeze it, and then she can heat it up for you. Hilarious. And by the way, too, just as a side note, is making soup is not getting Campbell's or chunky soup. That
of course not.
That is a divorce right there.
That feels with soda.
Some water, add some bouillon cubes, get your stock flowing. Drain the vegetables because they ain't gonna be worth nothing once you get your stock ready. Put your little bay leaf in there. Start adding your diced chicken or whatever soup you trying to make. I mean, just let it simmer. Sometimes you just need to make a broth. It depends on what type of sick he is, because he might just need to drink something, eat a zest to have a ginger ale, and watch a little daytime television. But some of y'all real dramatic when y'all sick.
I do, yeah, I do. But check this out though. If my wife or my girlfriend is sick, I'm taking care of her too. I mean, it's a mutual thing. So I'm taking care of her. I'm taking her temperature, and
you babying her.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Look, well, baby in her hand.
Ordering soup does not count, Raquel, to my ordering soup. I could do that.
Purchases while you
no Postmates soup. I'm progressive. I like to eat out. We can get a chef if she wants to cook or not. It's not a big deal. That's not. I don't know, man. Especially if you're shopping in the South or the Midwest, right? You kind of that's supposed to come with the model, though. Don't you think?
Not necessarily.
No.
Y'all new. Y'all new.
No. It has nothing to do with it. At the end of the day, you're making assumptions or generalizations about people that you shouldn't. That's why I said communication is of the utmost, because you have to be able, because some people are attracted to a pretty face and they don't realize until after they didn't, fell in love into this pretty face or this beautiful man with all these coins that he can't fold. He don't know how to he don't know how to tie a tie. She don't know how to make a 5-course meal when you inviting people over so you can impress your boss. Like, if y'all aren't having these conversations, but the sex is good, that's on you. The onus is on you. Because at the end of the day, if I'm going to be with you, Kente, I'm going to have a conversation about, well, these are the things that I bring to the table. I can, sew, I can knit, I can, I like to iron my sheets.
Oh, nice.
Those are the things you want to have with
Sounds
people.
like a good wife right there.
Already, I used to be a nanny. Cut it out.
No, I'm just saying that's good. What if he wants?
But if you're not having these conversations, or you might need to say, I order a mean takeout.
I order a mean.
And I might need to show you all the menus I have in my drawer, because that's what really matters. Having those real conversations. And I need my wife to be able to cook and not just order a mean takeout. You might want to be like, baby, let's take a cooking class together. Or since you got that 5-star chef capability in the kitchen and the bedroom, you can show her how it's done in both areas. And then y'all can go on and impress your boss next weekend at the dinner party. But if we're not having those conversations and we just showing up, like I said, because folks look good.
Oh, I have those conversations in the very beginning.
For failure.
I had those conversations.
Expectations don't make relationships work.
No, they don't.
Be so clear about what it is you are looking for, who you are, and how this is gonna make it work. Because that's the goal to make it work, right?
But the reason why I brought it up, is and my thing is, you shouldn't expect anything if you're not willing to give as well. So I'm not saying that a guy should expect all this stuff and he don't do shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, and no woman should be with a man that, you just give. So I really believe it's a mutual thing. So I'm not saying it's
definitely.
I'm not saying that it's like I'm Julius Caesar or something and I'm just sitting back, you feeding me grapes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you want to digmatize her and feed me them grapes, baby.
Actually, that sounds pretty cool. But no, I'm only serious. No, but I going back to a guy who has means and what he's looking for, right? And you have to decide also, like, I hate this idea that men and women do sometimes, is where it's like insert man, woman here. So it's like this. A lot of women do this too, right? Where it's like, okay, I got the job. I have the little Mercedes. Remember back then, all the sisters had Mercedes back in the day. That was like a thing. I have the, this, that, and the third. All I need to do is add man here and I'm set. And they want this specific dude that fits a certain mold and their picture is set. Some women just want the wedding. Mm-hmm. So it's like I know women who marry guys and that shit, and then they got a divorce soon after, and they said, you know what I wanted was I just wanted the wedding. And I got it. You know, I got the wedding, I have the photos and the memories. I'm like, but you divorced him like 2 months later. Like, you know, like that's crazy.
Yeah, she got some head problems.
Right. So so a lot of guys, now let's get to the guys, right? Is, you know, I'm successful, I'm, you know, so and so, whatever, you know, I have, you know, this position that whatever. So all I need is, you know, I just need Kedra will complete the puzzle, Shannon will complete the puzzle, or any woman will complete this puzzle. And that's what your job is to do, woman, is to, you know, complete this puzzle. And I got everything lined up and all of that.
But let me tell you, I had a boyfriend that's a doctor, very smart, very brilliant. And the things that he wanted were not the same things that I wanted. And we had these conversations. And so at the end of the day, you know, I get that, oh my God, but he's a doctor. Why don't you be with him? It doesn't matter if he was the president of the United States. If we don't want the same goals at the end of the day, it's not going to work.
And at the end of the day, Angela Marie said it's a checklist life. You know, we're not items to be put onto someone's to-do list. You know, everyone's idea of what the American dream is like for them is sometimes summed up in a to-do list. It's like, you know, get that MBA, secure that, you know, top VP position in a Fortune 500 company, you know, get me a Tesla and have a wife and 2.5 kids and a picket fence. Like, those are check off items. But you aren't actually engaging what that process looks like, the work that's invested to make that work. I mean, some people are so book smart that they're not relational smart, or they're not relational savvy, or they don't know how they can, you know, solve Pythagorean theorem. They can cure the world of homelessness. But when it comes to being engaged in a relationship, they suck. And so until you engage yourself wholly and fully for yourself, by yourself, and then with another person, you just living in a fantasy world. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with having those things in mind because it helps you achieve goals. But if all you're doing it for is just to check it off a list, what's the satisfaction in that?
You also have guys that they get married because they want a coochie resource. So,
oh my.
So basically it's like you marry a woman because then you're like, oh, okay, I've secured, you know, frequent coochie. So I've heard guys say that. So you got to be careful. You don't know what are you fulfilling for that person. They're never going to tell you that. Not at all, which I think is silly because getting married to have sex sounds silly.
Yes.
Some people want it like that.
But usually, doesn't it decrease in most marriages?
Because I have a friend who's been married for a very long time. And she said her and her husband get it in every day. And they still get it in every day. And they got the children to prove it too. Because they've got quite a few. But
I got a friend, she told me they've been married for 20 years and her and her husband are still like bunny rabbits.
Really?
Just getting it on. Oh yeah, they keep it romance. They don't exhort the possibilities. They keep it going. They rekindle that flame, you know.
That's great because I've heard a lot of the other way where it's like, man, I married this girl and man, I'm with my girlfriend Pamela.
Stupid.
So a lot of women lose their mojo after childbirth too.
That's not true.
No, that's a real thing.
It's not. Some women.
I didn't say every woman. I said there's a lot of women that go through that.
Yeah, it's like some people go through postpartum depression.
That's true.
So then you have to think about that. That's a mental thing.
Right. I mean, but it happens though. It does happen.
Yeah, it does. Women go through postpartum depression, and that's some real stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a whole nother subject. And I mean, and if they don't keep it, I mean, it's a phase that they go through, but yet and still, it's a very dramatic thing.
And there's some layers to that too, because nothing changes for the woman in the process of her having a child. I mean, for the most part, she still cleans, she still cooks, she still works sometimes, and so now she is postpartum attached to that. And he's just coming home and doing what he's normally done, which may or may not be a whole lot of anything besides being the breadwinner. And because, you know, even like on the Black Love documentary, they had this conversation, life after children. How about you come home and you put the clothes away that I washed today, or you wash the dishes and make sure the kids have their bath, so that if you want me to be steamy and romantic with you and lay down all of the good goods so you can bust it wide open, we gonna have to have some shared responsibilities. Because by the time I get done cleaning up the kids' toys, giving them a bath, putting them to bed, reading their third book, and, you know, making sure that your dinner is hot and not just sitting on the table, when you get home from work, like, there's got to be some shared experience, some shared effort. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be like, well, I rolled over. Get in what you need to get in so I can roll back over and go to sleep. Like, that was the conversation on, and it's real, because people aren't having these conversations with each other. Like, honey, I'm tired, but if you want to help decrease my lack of energy, you can come home and do some housework.
And if you
come home, wait, I just was working for 8 hours. How am I going to work and get more? I just got home from work.
You want the whip tonight, you're going to find some time to do what you need to do.
But that's why I said there has to be some level of agreement. There has to be some level of understanding, because if she's just giving, and she's the only resource,
it's not going to work.
And the woman wasn't working. No, she's not working though.
It's going to be to the detriment. Or maybe she is working, because I'm not saying that she isn't working, but what I'm saying is her responsibilities rarely change once she has kids. So she may work a full-time job, get the kids from school, come home and get them, to help them with their homework, prepare the dinner, you know,
give them their baths,
nurse the baby, you know, whatever the case may be. And he come home, pat her on the butt, smack the kids on their head, tell them, hey, I love you, grab a beer and go sit down and watch Sports Center, and expect his dinner to be brought to him. Nothing wrong with that, because I believe you speak to the king in him, you know, he speaks to the queen in you, but that has to be a conversation, not a monologue. Because if I'm the only one talking in this marriage, I mean,
it's a wrap.
That's why you hire Miss Zimbabwe.
No, that's not why we hire Miss Zimbabwe.
Miss Zimbabwe is my code for that hot nanny that comes and takes the load off, you know.
No, you come and help with the load.
Yeah, she's gonna help with the load. For sure.
That's where, and there's nothing. Shout out to people who do hire housekeepers and maids and nannies and au pairs and all those things, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with that if that's what works for your family. However, there still has to be conversations about how we are going to keep our romance alive, how we are going, because sometimes, and they said this too, sometimes in the reality of it all, we might need to schedule some nookie.
That's right. Some date nights.
I mean, yeah, there's the spontaneity, because we all love that. But sometimes you're going to have to be intentional now that we have kids, or say your parent is ill and now they've moved into our home, and you are a mama's boy and you just love spending time with your mama. So you may go and hang out with her, and she got you playing bid whist at the kitchen table. And I done put the kids down and I'm about to go get in the bed. It's not that I wasn't planning to give you some, but the day's been long. And if you take too long, I might be asleep.
That's so funny. So, that'd be so weird though for Alexa to remind us to have sex.
I mean, Alexa ain't got to remind you, but I might be sending you a text while you at the office at 4:45 with a suggestive picture talking about, I can't wait till the kids get down tonight so we can get down tonight.
She's like, time. She said she'll be like, time for nookie. Sam says, "Sup with these horrible examples. It's 2020, not 1950. I don't want a hold on a second. I don't want a traditional marriage with these values. I'm progressive, and I will get us a nanny, a housekeeper, etc. I don't want to live like my grandparents."
Okay, Sam, you a little extra today. Okay.
Well, that was me reading it like that.
For some people that works, and Sam, that's not a catch-all for everyone. Some people want to live like their grandparents. I know my grandparents are 93 and 92, and they are still married. And my grandmother, to this day, because I talk to her every week, and when she has on her hearing aid, it's even more hilarious. But she will say, "I gotta get Dad's dinner on the table," and I ask her, "Well, what are you cooking Grandpa today?" And she'll say she's made him a meal or what he's asking for. And you know, my grandfather, when he's in the mood, will go down the street, pull the apples off the tree, cut them up, and she'll bake a pie. So there is nothing wrong with wanting that model to emulate and add its own flair.
When you said
it works best
when you said when my grandfather is in the mood, he goes down the street, I was like, "Where's this story going?"
Well, they don't have an apple tree in their yard,
right.
But I've seen them with buckets of apples, and I'm like,
I didn't think you were going to say apples for a minute. I was like, "Oh wow, he's doing real good at 93."
Well, sit down somewhere. Let me tell you, especially with COVID running the streets, sit down somewhere, Grandpa. Shout out to my grandparents. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with seeing, because I didn't grow up with ideal role models in marriage per se, but I can respect the beauty in my grandparents' marriage now that I'm almost 40, because there's something to honor in that they're still together. You know, she still honors and reverences him as her husband. And it's not I run the house, you do what I say. That is an extension of her love for him. And I think it's beautiful.
I think
because
so too.
That's what's made their relationship work. Their ebb and flow is effortless.
I think so.
Now, has it always been easy? Absolutely not. They got 6 knuckleheads for children, and I've already buried half of them, my dad included. But the point of that is that you're going to go through some things in your marriage. They're either going to break you or they're going to build you. And that's the beauty of it. Are you willing to build with someone? Are you willing to grow with someone?
That's it.
Engage with someone and have a give and take. Relationships should never be you give 50, I give 50, because we're whole people. I'm bringing 100 to the table. And the days that I'm not at my optimal best, you still got me. And I still got you when you're not at your optimal best. So today I may not cook the dinner meal. You might need to order takeout and bring it home because your kids done drove me crazy. And because you did think about bringing home takeout instead of making me cook tonight, I'm going to lay you out once we put the kids down, and we both going to sleep real good at night.
I still want my
Don't make that face.
I still want my suit.
Well, go get you some, bruh.
Go find your boo to make your soup.
Y'all don't make no soup anymore. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say we're gonna close the show out, but we're gonna keep it going. So this is just to close off the recording. So but we're still here. We're gonna still be on Facebook, and we're still gonna be on Get Vocal. So Kedra, how can we get you in social media and all that good stuff?
Kedra L. Curry Quintana and Kedra C on Instagram.
All right, we got to get you back on soon, and you're starting to do your own streaming as well. So we want to definitely be able to check you out. How can we check you out there to see when you start streaming?
I don't have no streaming. I
just
just did a live the other day. That's it.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like I thought you said that was going to be a recurring thing.
Oh no, I said later on I'm gonna do a health and fitness thing because I've lost 20 pounds so far.
Nice.
And thank you. I changed the way that I eat, and that was the main thing, my diet. Because I was going to the gym and everything, I wasn't losing like I needed to. But once I changed my diet and my lifestyle and how I view food, then everything changed.
All right. So Shannon, how can we get you in social media and all that beautiful stuff?
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Shannon / the president - Jefferson as the president.
All right. You can get me at Kente F on Twitter, Kente Ferguson on Instagram, and then you can get me at indyradio.org. That's INDY radio.org. All right. All right. So we're still on. Great show, you guys. And all the things that I expressed on the show are 100% right. But Shannon.
What?
You agree, right? Just say yes.
Absolutely not. I'm not no yes. There's no step and fetcher.
I know that's right.
Step and fetch it. These young people in this audience don't know who that is.
I mean, but you're not about to get me to just be like, yeah. No.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
Like, I'm gonna need you to tell me what you said so I can agree or agree to disagree.
I said everything I said on the show is 100% right.
I wouldn't say that. I would say you make some valid points. However, I don't necessarily agree with all of them.
See what I mean about this, his type of woman? She's that right for me. No, I mean, I think I'm very evolved.
Are you?
Yeah, I don't know why I get this, like, people think I'm a caveman or something.
So are you evolved like an ant?
I'm evolved. I'm a Renaissance dude.
You are?
Yes. I'm into art and culture. I'm into, I like poetry.
Okay, let's hear your poem.
No, I said I like poetry. I didn't say I write poetry. You know, I might do a poem.
Do a poem.
I might do one. Yeah. Roses are red.
Oh God.
Violets are blue. Kente, you know I love you.
Oh.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Finger snaps.
Look, roses are red. Work at the purple. You keep talking like that, I'm gonna turn you into a gerbil.
As long as you don't Richard Gere me, I guess. We're good. We're good. So okay, you know, people, guys in LA, they do have this kind of fantasy about you women from the South and Midwest. Like, it's the last hold of, you know, of women who how can I describe it? Like, it's not like the coast, right? Where women are like, I like nurturing, right? Yeah, it's not like a lot of nurturing women in Cali. I would say that. That's fair.
More superficial.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, because I have quite a few friends from LA, and they're kind of superficial.
So, different priorities in LA. I'm from LA, and I'm very nurturing, sweet. I'm a nice guy.
Trying to digmatize women. I mean, okay.
You are not the rule, though, Kente.
I'm just a wonderful guy.
The rules, well, we tend to be.
Put one in the chat if you think I'm a wonderful guy. No, I'm just playing.
Don't lie to him.
No, but I've always been a good guy, you know.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And you need to continue being a good guy. So
I
never
never beat no woman. I'm not a cheater.
That's a good thing.
I'm a good dude. I ain't never choked no woman.
We don't want you to glorify cheating.
No, cheating is evil.
Cheating to get your dick cut off.
Ooh. Dang. But you know, how did someone's dick get cut off though? Because if you start hacking at it, like if you start hacking at my penis, I'm gonna wake up. So you're not gonna get all the way through.
If it's a clear cut, you might.
What, you got, a samurai sword?
I'm
a island woman. She gonna cut that thing off real quick, eh? Boom.
A really sharp knife.
Daddy?
See, that's why I'm gonna sleep on my stomach for the rest of my life. I'm gonna be on my stomach for the rest of my life.
Especially
Y'all can't trust
that
y'all.
3 o'clock in the morning you was talking about. At 3 o'clock in the morning, he came in.
Right.
He started closing that eyes. It's okay, baby. I forgive you.
See, can't be cutting dicks off. That's wrong. Like
she gonna make a scented candle out of it.
Oh,
look. Every guy's, you know who every guy's best friend is?
What?
You know what every guy's best friend is?
What? A dog?
No, it's his penis. That's every guy's best friend.
His penis.
Yes.
That's why y'all jerk off all the time.
No, I'm just saying he's gonna be with you to the end, unless he's with Kedra and she cuts it off. That's your best friend. He's always gonna be behind you. He's always, he helps.
That is a story that I'm writing. It's not me.
He helps.
It's a character.
He helps think. He helps you think through situations.
Well, he don't help you think too good.
He gets you in the doors.
With his penis, end up in bad situations.
He gets you indoors. Right? He saves relationships. He also can mess up relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
you do that more often.
I teased something at the beginning of the show. So I was watching this interview with this comedian named Bobby Lee. He's a Korean comedian. He was on a show called Mad TV back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a very funny comedian out here. And he was it was an old interview, and he was talking about an issue he went through. And he said that because he's a stand-up comedian and kind of famous, he was getting groupie love, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said he went through this period of time where he couldn't have sex with women. And then he said he talked to this therapist and he found out that he watched too much porn. And apparently there's this disease you could get from watching too much porn where you can't function in having sex with a woman, like an actual woman that's there. So he said basically he had to stop watching porn and let his brain reset. And then he said that he's fine now.
Mm.
And it's funny because I had a similar conversation about this, about how some guys and women too, to a certain degree, they will have a cold streak when it comes to sex, where they're doing a lot of masturbating, right? Some women, their battery operated boyfriend is, they have him for like a long time. And then when they get with a guy, it's like they're so used to using the toy that it messes up their actual, their sex. And then there's guys too who they've been, with their girlfriend Pamela, and they actually have a hard time transitioning from, okay, you don't have to do that no more now. You got a woman now, right? Where they actually they struggle with it to the point where sometimes the guy gotta, he's so used to, pleasuring himself that way that he, it becomes like a real mental issue. And I just think that's that's some deep shit right there.
That's some serious stuff.
I don't know. I wonder though, like if you date a guy that's going through this, I mean, is that like a deal breaker? Like if he's willing to try to get better or whatever, like would that be a deal breaker? Would that be just too bizarre? Could you?
It depends on how much I'm feeling him.
Okay. So if you're feeling him like you think he's a shit, you'll look past his porn addiction.
He's gonna have to get help for it.
Does he do that in public? No, this is the privacy of his own. Hilarious though. There's a lot of people out there with porn addiction. Porn is so easy to get.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, plenty of people. I got prison porn. I mean, that's the new thing.
Prison porn. Wow. Yeah, you got legit prison porn, which is hilarious. I don't know. So I don't know, Shannon. Is that it? Like, would you help him transition
from here to glory?
No, I mean, like, he's like, look, it's been a long drought. You know, you made me do the celibate thing until we, got married. And he's like, I had to take care of it somehow.
He has some level of restraint. So if he's using that as a crutch and saying that I'm the reason why, grow up.
Okay, I threw that one in. He ain't gonna be that stupid and say that.
I was like, not dealing with me. He ain't.
No, but I mean, y'all married, but because you want to wait till you married, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. That's why I say wholesome adjacent.
I told you, stay out of grown folk business. I'm about to give away all my answers on the television.
What's that guy that played on the Ozark?
Which one? Jason Bateman?
The Mexican guy.
The Mexican guy.
The drug king.
Wait, which one though? From the first season or the last season?
Yeah, from the first season.
Oh, Esai Morales.
I love him. He is so fine.
He was on my friend Carlos's show like a couple of weeks ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're good friends. I played basketball with him some years back.
Okay.
I used to play every day, y'all. I used to play every day.
That's what I need in my life. An older man like that.
Hi, Cliffy.
Well, if you need some 70-year-olds, I can definitely help you with that.
I was like, "Woo, child, that's old."
Yeah,
I like them. Look, I like them geriatrics.
70-year-olds, they got steady income from the government.
That's how you secure the bag.
Right. So, what 70 though? That's wow. He better be balling, boy.
I mean, Tina lost her husband at 70.
Yeah, don't sleep on.
But how old is she? How old is she?
Maybe in her early 60s.
Yeah, that's about the same.
No,
I think
a man's 70 is like a woman's what? No, let me not say that joke. Let me not say that joke. No, but I there's this guy. I won't say his name.
Smokey Robinson.
I've worked. Yeah, but he's Smokey Robinson. But he's Smokey Robinson though.
Man,
but
he's fine.
I told
he was gyrating his hips.
Oh,
he threw it out, didn't he?
Miami Gardens. I was like, this 70-year-old man still got it. Somebody.
That's what I'm saying. Don't count out the 70-year-olds, baby. That geriatric love could be happening going on.
There was this guy who he's in his 60s, and he was fancying a 20-something-year-old, and she was not giving him any play.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I don't know, man. I tried everything. And I said, dude, you can't be old and broke. That's like a bad combination, bro. Like, if you're going to be an old guy trying to find a 20-something-year-old, have some money. Old and broke is not a good combo. I'm just saying.
True.
Sorry. He called me an asshole, but whatever.
I mean, let me do a Google search. Richard Lawson is 73, by the way.
So you would date a 70-year-old for real though?
If it was that Mexican dude, yeah.
He's not Mexican, by the way.
What is he?
With your racist ass.
Is he Puerto Rican?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I thought he was Mexican. He Puerto Rican. That's even better. I don't discriminate.
You don't discriminate?
I like men of all the rainbows.
Oh, okay.
And I like geriatrics too.
Wow.
Isn't Digimon Hansu single?
I think so.
No, that's a fine man right there.
Jamin Hansu.
We free.
He done played about 8 different slaves.
You say he done played 8 different slaves. You are terrible.
Yeah, he's always a slave and everything. Even when a movie ain't even a slave movie, he's a slave. Like, what's that about?
I tell you, I don't. That's another thing. Another thing. What age is too old? Age is just a number.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest. There is a cap.
You gonna date a 70-year-old?
See, it might be cute for y'all to be with a 70-year-old. It's not cute for us.
I wouldn't date a 70-year-old.
I would. I'd date the Puerto Rican man.
He's not 70, but I don't think there ain't no 70-year-old guys on be with 70-year-old.
They usually don't.
So there is a cap. It's one thing to get old together.
Yes.
You don't want them to beat you to it. You know.
That's okay. He can beat me to it, honey. It's all right.
Age is a number.
17 years older than me. That's it for me.
I date a younger but not older.
I'll date an older.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything older than 20 years because my mother, that's too close to my mother's age.
I think the oldest I'll date is 80.
What's the youngest?
The youngest will be 40.
You said 80.
Dang, that's a big 80. Wait, 80. Are you trying to hope he's dying? Because that's the only thing that makes sense.
I was like, yo.
Look, the wedding and the funeral in the same year, the same season. It'd be like, oh, so how's your marital bliss? Oh, he dead. Like, oh, I didn't get the invitation to the funeral. Oh man. The same day, clips it the same day.
People secure the bag though. They go to the funerals and find them widows.
80.
Yeah.
Wow.
They could be 80, and trust me, there's some 80-year-olds that are in good shape that look daggone good.
That does kind of feel good though. That to hear women say that, because if you do happen to get 80 and you're somehow single, to know that there's some crazy women out there that would mess with you. You know, maybe being 80 ain't so bad. You know,
no, it's not.
If a 40-year-old woman is like, hey, you're like, you know,
you're not old till you pushing up daisies.
That's right.
So enjoy your best life.
That's right. Be like, you know what? In 20 minutes, I'm about to tear it up when this pill kick in.
Nah, we ain't trying to have the Viagra.
If you 80, really, you gonna judge him? Really?
Look, I'm not. This is not from my own personal experience. But I had a friend, and her boyfriend was like 70 something. Now he didn't use Viagra, but he didn't mind watching her do other things with other guys.
Oh wow.
Okay, wait a minute.
But that's kind of cheating, though.
No, he picked out the guy for her.
No, that's cheating, though. If you're gonna be with an 80-year-old man or 70-year-old man, you got to be in suffering with him. No, you can't be getting it. You can't be getting it. That's cheating life.
That is not.
You got to be suffering with his 70-year-old dick.
You got to be suffering.
Yeah, that's cheating. That's cheating life. How you gonna get young dick and his money? That's not fair.
Yes, it is. Life ain't fair.
You're supposed to be suffering with his old ass dick and balls.
So crazy.
You stupid.
Man. What's up, Neon? Neon's in the house. Man, I gotta hide you. I can't bring you around my older family members. I'm like, man. You know what? One of them might see this and be like, "Hey, that girl you had on the TV thingamajiggy, where's she at?" I was thinking about retiring to Jacksonville.
Tell them don't come here. It's not a good place.
Yeah, if you 80 years old and there's a 40-year-old woman that's talking about, I can get it.
Right.
He's like, man,
I hear.
I'm making me a trip. I'm gonna have Life Alert ready.
I don't know, because I don't know. I just like older him in sometimes because I had a boyfriend. I was like 30, and I had a 75-year-old boyfriend. So,
all right, Raquel.
He didn't need no Viagra either.
Loves Raquel.
How old was he?
75.
And he didn't need it. All right.
Bless you, sister. Bless you. That's way out my league.
Wow.
Like,
how old is he now?
He's dead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh.
I mean,
that's what happens. You know, you live and you die.
But you might have added a couple of extra years to his life.
And you're later hype because he was apparently
young coochie will add years to your life.
Oh, is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. He's like, I'd have been dead, but after you, I'm still in the game. Still in the game.
Man.
Shannon, you wanna I don't think you want an older guy, like that much older.
The last guy I was talking to was 12 years older than me.
Wow. 12 years older.
That's not too bad.
So he was like about 50?
He would have been, well, he will be 49.
Did he say old stuff to you? Old guy stuff?
Oh, he definitely was young in his mind, but stuck in his older ways. Like, and that you either like that or you don't. And I'm a wanderer and a free spirit, so some days I like that, and other days I'm like, yeah.
That's me too. I'm a free spirit.
He called you a jive time turkey.
I mean,
not the jive time turkey.
I mean, if you roast me, it might be face and snack.
You were saying that old slang.
What's his name again? Eric Morales. I'm gonna follow him on Instagram.
Eastside Morales.
He cute.
You gonna find out if he's single?
He probably married with 50 kids.
Hey.
Yes, he's married.
Oh, well, I could just adore him. That's it.
Would you be the other woman?
No.
What if you being the other woman saved his marriage?
He better go find somebody else. I can't save his marriage. I'm sorry. I'm not taking them shorts. No.
Man, listen. What is he doing out there in this world?
You know what? Sometimes cheating.
Do your part.
Cheating actually saves marriages.
Don't say that.
How?
Because they're no longer bored. They have something to look forward to.
Okay, but if you cheat, you bring that package home to her.
Oh, that part.
No, you're cheating responsibly.
There's no guarantees.
None.
What if you use 3 condoms?
Okay, yeah. You're not being realistic now.
No. I'll be right back.
No, I don't agree. I'm not a fan of cheating.
Me neither. Cheating makes me a little cuckoo.
Have you ever cheated?
No.
Really?
Really? I will leave before I cheat.
Okay.
I will be out. Now I'm the greatest dumper in the world.
I believe it. I believe it too. I totally see that. I bet you be with Kedra, you be thinking everything is fine and wonderful. And then all of a sudden, for no reason, she's just like, I'm out of here.
It's over.
It's over. And then he start crying. He's trying to figure out what he can do to
I say, man up.
Start crying. I know Steph, she's probably made some guys cry.
Steph, that's good. They deserved it.
Just, man. Your last boyfriend, you dumped him?
Mm-hmm.
What did he do?
I got bored. I'm a free spirit.
It's like, okay, so that's something I wanted to talk about. You got bored. So what did he do that was so boring?
He kept the same old routine.
Mm-hmm.
And then, okay, this is the real story. The sex was great. You know, we had a good sex life.
Okay.
But beyond the sex life, there was nothing there.
Okay, so what did you want him to do more of besides the skydiving and the whatnot?
I really wanted him to be more attentive. And then there was things about him, his personality, that were really ugly. So I didn't too much appreciate that. We stayed together for a good many years because of the sex, because we both loved each other's sex. It was just great from day one. It was that hot, spontaneous. Ugh. And then after a while, you know, it just wasn't happening.
Wow.
We were just two totally different.
Wow.
And like he would see me at the gym. We were going to the same gym like about 2 years ago. And he would always come and have these conversations and go back into the past. So I had to end up changing gyms just because that just worked on my nerve.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so aggravating.
Have you ever been dumped?
Yeah, I've been dumped before.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time though, right?
Yeah.
Why did they dump?
Why
did they dump you?
I don't know. He just said it was over.
Really? Just over? Huh? Did he do it face to face?
Yeah, and I said okay. I'll move on.
I mean, does it matter though how they dump you? Like, if it's a text or email.
I don't want to text. I don't want to email. I'd rather man up and tell me.
Face to face. What about a phone call?
Okay, a phone call will do.
Okay. That's an interesting conversation to have with somebody that you're breaking up with them.
Sometimes it just don't work out. I'm like, hey, the sex is good. I'm crazy about you, but you're just not that one.
What if he said, okay, I get it. I understand. Can we have sex one more time for the road?
No.
No. Just one more time for the road.
It's over. Ain't no one more time for the road. There's always gonna be another one.
No, he's like, no, this is it. Just one. I just need one. You know, I want to going out of business.
No, he's too emotionally needy. I don't need that. Might be a stalker.
One more time.
You know, I had a stalker. I was on the news because my stalker, he actually was making fake 911 calls to my house and stuff. It was crazy.
God, oh wow.
Yeah, he called police. Said I was riding up the road shooting at him.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's bananas. That is bananas.
It was quite an experience.
Have you've broken up with people before, right, Shannon?
Sure.
Were you nice about it? Were you gentle, or were you just like, get the hell out of here?
I mean, I'm always nice.
Not always.
When it comes to the matters of the heart, I'm always nice.
So how do you begin? Do you give like a speech?
This isn't working.
It's not working for me.
No,
I need to talk to you. I grab his hands. I need to talk to you.
I'll be like, let my hands go.
I'll be like, yeah, let's not do this anymore.
Wow.
I mean, it's real though.
Yeah.
Why waste time?
You never know, man.
You know it's not going nowhere. You're just prolonging the situation.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes you just don't say nothing at all, and y'all just drift apart, and y'all stop calling.